Are we going to see the biggest stock market rally into year end in history, or is this a trap and we are going to new lows by the end of the year? Guys, this is one of the biggest questions that we are facing at this moment in time, and this is what we're going to discuss in today's video. Guys, Christian here from the MCI Trading Academy, bringing you my views on how to trade the stock market this November and into year end. And guys, if you do enjoy our content today, please give it a like. It does help us a lot, guys. And if you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis at the beginning of each month. And now let's jump and straight into it. Now let's have a quick review of what actually happened last month, guys, because I think it's very important to understand what we've been through last month. And guys, here is the S&P 500, and this is the 4-hour chart. Now guys, we talked a lot about expected moves, and guys, guess what? Well, last month we had a big downside in the market here, but we jumped straight from the lower expected move for the month of October. Guys, right at the end of the month, right on the 27th, the last Friday of the month, we bounced off the lower expected move for the month, and we had, as you can see there, and as you know, a massive rally from that point on. And guys, this is very important. Make sure you just keep a hold of that, because I'm going to show you something very interesting in just a couple of minutes here. Now guys, what happened last month is very important to understand exactly where and why did we actually bounce from where we did. Well, guess what, guys? Right on that Friday, we were at the lowest point in terms of exposure from both the NEM exposure and the CNN fear and greed index. We were close to extreme fear at that point. We were 24 on both. And guys, when we have such low extreme readings, normally we get a bounce from that point on, and that's exactly what happened. And guys, you know, we've managed to go from extreme readings to the downside to extreme readings on the upside. Guys, we are now very overbought here, very overbought on the NIMO McLaren oscillator here, very overbought, guys. And when we get those extreme readings again in the opposite direction, now from oversold to overbought now, guys, we are normally going to see a bounce, okay, or a pullback in this case. So we are going to see a pullback either happening the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks, but I will say the next couple of days we will surely have a pullback down at least. And I'm going to show you my views on where I think that will happen in just a second, guys. Now guys, as we went from oversold to overbought, let's just jump straight into the charts and have a look here, guys. And this is a very important chart to have a look at, because so back to the S&P 500, the daily chart here, guys. We talked about the expected moves and how we bounced right off the lower expected move from the month at the end of last month. Well, guess what, guys? As it stands right now, because of this massive rally that we've had since the beginning of the month, well, since end of last month actually, we are now right at the upper expected move for November, already a couple of days into the month, guys. And this is crazy. What is this telling us, guys? Now, is it telling us that that's it, this rally has ended and we're going straight down? No, it doesn't tell us that. But 68% of the time, guys, we close between the upper and the lower expected move for the month. So there's a 32% probability that we'll have a rally here further away from where we are at this stage, which just increases the odds for us that we are going to see some sort of pullback at least, guys. Now, looking at this, guys, something very interesting to have a look at. So we've had a massive move down, okay, bringing us lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Now, guys, if we are to take this as being our last lower low, we are right at creating another lower high. Nothing has changed. We are still in a downtrend, guys. Nothing has changed at this point if we are to take that on. And if we are to take that on, then we are right in this IC here, ready to go and make a new lower low. If we take this here as being a lower low and this being a lower high here, with the lower low here, then we have a break of structure. And if we do have a break of structure, guess what, guys? Are we going to chase the move right up there after we had such a massive move up? No, we're not. We are going to see where the price can come back right into this IC here, guys, and here is where we potentially may be looking to go long from. Okay, so we are definitely not going long all the way up there, guys. Okay, and I think the funds and the institutions that have missed this rally will go and try to have a going long here, guys. No one is going to chase it up there. No one is. Okay, and just to show you that, guys, I mean, we've had the massive move up. Okay, and on the 4-hour chart here, guys, we are very overbought here. We haven't had this really for a very long time. And if you looking at the stats here, guys, we are most overbought in a year, guys. We haven't been this overbought in a year, which suggests to us that we are going to have a pullback. Now this chart, looking at this chart here, is just showing us lower highs, higher highs and higher lows. But one important thing is, guys, we may get a sell signal. Now last time we got a sell signal from an elevated level here on the MACD. We've had right here, we've had a massive move down. So if history is to repeat here, then we are going to have a possible nice move lower. Now, guys, what do we target? Well, I would target this here. This is the level on the daily that we just discussed, and I think this is very important here. This is a very, very important level. So for now, I will look for some sort of break of structure, guys. At the moment, you can see we are going straight up. No point chasing it up there. We will get, if this is indeed, if price is indeed going higher into year end, we will get a better opportunity, guys, if you haven't done so already. Now, if we do get a close below this level here, we may have a break of structure, and at that point we may be indeed going lower, guys. This was quite a nice move right from the lows here, and if you did catch it, I mean, we did discuss this, but let me just show you what this is. We had a nice inverse, okay, head and shoulders here, okay, which has played out perfectly there, guys. So if you did catch that move, well done to you, because this has played perfectly. So we had an inverse head and shoulders there, guys. We had exposure to the downside at the lowest readings in a very long time, which suggested to us that we were going to see a bounce. And we had, if we go back here, we were right at the lower expected move for the month of October. So a couple of reasons there to go long, and I hope you did, and if you did, well done to you. Now it's time to take profits and look for a possible short, okay, short term for now, until we get that clarification that we are indeed going to see lower prices to come. Next, guys, we need to talk about Apple. Now Apple is at a very interesting point, but what Apple's been doing for the last couple of weeks, guys, is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and this trend line here has been great resistance for price. So if this is indeed going to act as if we are indeed in a downtrend here, then this should hold here, and we should see lower lows. Now remember, guys, we had Apple reporting earnings last week, and that didn't go so well. Okay, they had declining revenues again, and guess what, this is not surprising, and this is showing us in this chart. However, guys, if we do break this here, if we do break to the upside, we break the trend line, we get a break of structure here. Now, do we go long? No, we wait for a pullback and then we go long, guys. Okay, so no point chasing it up there. We had quite a strong move here as well, so no reason to chase it up for now. Next, guys, we have the DAX here, the German 40, and one interesting thing to show you guys, we had a massive rally last week. However, guys, that has not changed the trajectory of this move by much. If we are to look at what is price doing, well, we had a move lower. Now we're back in testing the 20 and the 50 weak EMA. So this has acted as support, now resistance. So if this acts as resistance, we should go and see lower lows. And guys, I'm looking at this low here. Look how clean this is. Now it will take some sort of crazy move to get it all the way down here, but this looks so clean. So I'm assuming that at some point in the next couple of years we will get there, even if not next year, guys, in 2024. I think there's so much. If recession does indeed come, then we will see those lows taken out. There's so much liquidity resting up down here, guys, and I can see price going and going to take that. Now let me just show you this here. So if we go back to the daily here, guys, just clean up the chart a little bit. Now we do have lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So we do have a break of structure here. Do we chase it up here? No, I will look for price to get all the way back into this IC here and then possibly go long at that level, not before that, guys. Okay, and if we are to look at the 4-hour time frame, we did actually trigger a sell signal here, guys. We triggered a sell signal suggesting us that we may see low prices. Now the last time we did get a sell signal from a highly elevated level on the MACD was right here, and look at that move, guys. So be very, very careful there, guys. Okay, chasing this move up here. Where do we want to go in? Well, this alert here is right at daily level that we talked in just a couple of minutes ago. So if we are able to hold this level, okay, hold this IC here, then we can possibly go long there. However, if that doesn't happen, that's not the case, and we just pass through this level, then we may see new lows there, guys. So be very, very careful on that. Even looking at the 1-hour chart here, guys, you can see that we've had a massive move up. We may have here, interestingly enough, a nice head and shoulders here. Okay, not the best head and shoulders, but that may be the best we can get out of this move here. Another reason that we may see lower prices, guys, so bear that in mind. However, guys, as it stands, this looks very bullish. Don't try to go in front of it unless we see that break of structure. However, I wouldn't go long at this stage. Okay, you want to wait for a decent pullback before you go in. Okay, so I think the probability of prices going lower at these points are quite high. Okay, especially after that move. And I'm just going to show you something very interesting that I saw here on the Dow, guys. So on the Dow here, okay, we had a massive move up last week, but guess what, guys? Can you see that going back, okay, when we were in those bear market, when we were in a downtrend, we had a big move up followed by a couple of weeks of consolidation, then a move down, then a massive move up again here. Can you see how clean that green candle is? Crazy rally and then a new low. Crazy rally, and then here we had quite a nice move here and then new lows. So can you see those rallies that we had last week, guys? Those are not uncommon, guys. Okay, they are not uncommon. We've seen them in the past, and every time we've seen them, the institutions, they use this rally to sell into. So don't get caught in that, guys. Be very, very careful. I think that's a very important and fair point to make on this chart here. We've seen it in the past, so be very, very careful, okay? We may see new highs. That's not out of the question, but history suggests to us that moves like that, okay, fast moves like this are not healthy. If you go down to the lower time frame, guys, to the daily time frame here, then yes, we did get a break of structure. Is it going to be a fake break of structure? Either way, guys, we need to see a move lower. A move lower to this IC here would make so much sense for us to go higher and make a higher high. If this is not able to hold, then yes, okay, we may see lower levels here, and this low here is very clean for us to go and take. There's so much liquidity resting there. No point chasing this move up there, guys. Okay, and same here, we may trigger, we are very overbought here, we may trigger a sell signal. The last time we got a sell signal, we had a consolidation, a move lower, and same one here, consolidation, then a move lower. If we get a sell signal, we make it a consolidation and then a move lower here. We want to see price closing below this level to confirm a break of structure and then us moving lower. For now, if this holds, then it's just making the higher low, and then it will make the higher high. One thing to watch here, guys, is that we've taken this high here, so liquidity has been grabbed. We stopped right at this resistance area here, and it suggests to us that we may be seeing lower prices for now. Okay, especially that we've taken that liquidity. This liquidity all the way down here would make sense for price to grab. Next, guys, we get the US 100, the NASDAQ, and exactly the same thing with the NASDAQ, guys, that we have with the S&P. If we are to classify this as a lower low and a lower high, then yes, we do have a break of structure. However, we want to see a pullback down, okay, back into this IC for us to consider to consider entering in. I think the move has been way too quick, way too fast, and it doesn't justify it. If we are to ignore this and classify this as the lower low, then we are just back into this IC here, looking for a new lower low. Now, one thing to note here, guys, we did had massive bounce right out of our support zone here, so this has played out perfectly, guys. And I think if we do come back here, don't think this is going to hold here, and we are going to see new lower lows. Whereas the next level that we're interested in will be this low here for price to grab if we do go lower, and watch to see what the price can close above it, because if you can close above this high as well, then yes, we do have a confirmed break of structure, and we are definitely going to new highs by the end of the year, most probably. And if we are to look at the lower time frame, guys, well, those boxes here are different gaps that we have, either that we opened up with, the price has opened up with. And guess what, the last gap that we have here, well, price has closed above it, retested it, and let's go back here, retested it, and then made a new high. So if you want to be bearish on this chart, guys, make sure we want to see a break of this, then use this as resistance, and then we go lower. Okay, so you want to be a full bear, just wait for that setup. I think that will be the best setup for now, even though we are very, very overbought. Okay, so it suggests to us that overbought can stay overbought for a long time, so don't just say that just because we are overbought it means we're gonna go down. Okay, that doesn't justify it, guys. Okay, be careful on that. The VIX, well, guess what, guys, with the VIX there's something very interesting that has happened. Well, we've taken that low right here, we've taken that liquidity, and then we went all the way up to take that liquidity. And guess what, guys, after we've taken that liquidity, we went all the way down to take this liquidity here, guys. Now, just looking at this chart, we stopped right on 15s, okay, which is a very very powerful level. One thing that I'm seeing and looking at this chart, guys, here, there is so much liquidity resting above those highs, guys. So I'm thinking either in 2023, but most probably in 2024, we will have a big spike in the VIX just to go and clean all that liquidity there, guys. Okay, so something to watch out for. Obviously now we are in a downtrend. If we go back to the 1 hour time frame, we are very oversold. We do have this first gap at 16.8 that we may see filled perhaps this week, and then we may get lower lows. It just depends on that. But for now, guys, yes, we are very oversold, so we need to see a bounce in the VIX at some point this week. Next, guys, we get DXY here, and guys, with the DXY here, we've had exactly what we discussed a couple of weeks back. We had this liquidity being grabbed, we had a break of this trend line, a retest of this trend line, then a consolidation, and now we're moving lower. That's exactly what we're expecting, guys. And we had this here was the previous resistance, then support. Now we are back breaking the support and looking for this as resistance. And one thing that I'm looking at, guys, we do have liquidity resting here and liquidity resting there, so any of those liquidity would be a target. However, guys, looking at the 1 hour time frame, yes, we are very oversold here. If we do get a move higher, then we have a break of structure, then we look for a reason to get in here and target perhaps this gap here. We have a gap here that we've opened up with right at the beginning of the month. So that will be an interesting target to get, especially that we've taken all that liquidity at the bottom there, guys. Okay, so watch for a possible bounce in the dollar. Okay, but you want to see a break of structure, okay, a confirmation of that first. Next, guys, we have gold. And gold, guys, has we've nailed the call right here at the bottom. We're looking for buys, and now we are looking for possible short opportunities, especially if we are going to see a long a bounce in the dollar, guys. Now very interesting here, we've made a higher high, a higher high, higher low, higher high, and we may get a break of structure if we are able to close below this level here. And if we are, then we may be able to look for a shorting opportunity. We may possibly get a sell signal as well. So a couple of things that are telling us that we may see lower prices. However, if we don't get that break of structure, that close on the daily here below this level, then we are going for that liquidity there, guys. Okay, so something to bear in mind. Watch the geopolitical tensions as well, that may also play a factor in this. Okay, and lastly, guys, let's talk about Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has smashed it. We talked about this consolidation here, and we wanted to see, we had previous resistance, previous support, then resistance. That resistance was finally broken, and we are now free to go up, guys. Now, how free are we to go up here? Was this just a manipulation by the market maker to get everyone chasing price and buying up here, and they want to go and bring price all the way down? Now that is a possibility, and it seems to me that we're holding way too much of this 35k level. Okay, I wanted to see a move towards the 40 level quite quick, which we may do. We are very overbought at this stage. Okay, so a break below this level and a close below it will indicate to us that we have a break of structure, and we may move lower. Where to? Well, the previous resistance turns into support will be a target, and if we break below that, guys, then I will target the liquidity that is resting below those lows here. Okay, so bullish for now, okay, with some bearish risks out there. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We are bringing out one video at the beginning of each month. If you want to have more technical analysis from our side, you can join our free Discord community. Head over to our website, mcitradingacademy.co.uk, where you can find out more about our courses and information on how to join our Discord community. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading month out there.